Hi everyone, my name's Dan. I'm the founder and CEO at Young Professionals, and today we're here at the Amazon Music Studios here in London, where I'm joined by some amazing apprentices from the team. So in this little session, we're going to be talking to some of the apprentices about their career journeys and what they do here at Amazon. I'd like to quickly introduce all of you. So shall we start with yourself, Jono?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Jono. I'm a Operations Departmental Management apprentice working out of one of the delivery stations in Swindon, fundamentally looking after sortation and delivery of packages.
My name's Naya. I'm a level 3 project manager apprentice. I've literally just moved from the public policy team and now I'm on the impact team.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm a marketing apprentice and I'm based in the Prime Video department and work in the London office.
I'm Grace and I'm a degree apprentice working in the Amazon Music team within editorial.
So a lot of you at home will be considering your career choices and what you want to do after school. And you will have all probably have heard of Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world. And some of you might be considering, how do you actually get into a company like Amazon? What's the process? And what's it like being an apprentice here at the company? So I'd like, Jono, maybe if we start with yourself, for you to tell us a little bit more about your role, what you do on a day-to-day basis, and how maybe a young person at home could join Amazon within your department.
Yeah, absolutely. So compared to everybody else here, my job role is slightly different. So working in operations, we have 3 stages in operations. We have first mile, middle mile, and last mile. I work within last mile. So we look after the sortation of packages. So they'll come to us packed. They'll then go through sortation to go into postcodes, then picked, given to drivers, and they'll go out delivering. The team I'm currently working on is in delivery operations. We look after the driving companies going out on road. So at peak time, we'll have a max 7-day working pool of probably about 800 drivers just out of our station.
It sounds great, and I guess having such a huge responsibility at such a young age coming into a company like Amazon, how have you found it?
Surprisingly easy. So you get put into an environment where there's so many people with a large amount of experience and knowledge. So you spend a bit of time picking up on what's going on and how stuff works, and as soon as you've learned the process, you start learning the day-to-day tasks and you can start adding more onto it.
So a lot of you will be thinking about digital careers, being creative in your industries and kind of careers that you want to do after school. So I'm here with Jasmine, who's in the Amazon Prime division. So do you want to tell us a little bit more about what it's like working within Amazon Prime?
Yes. So I'm a marketing apprentice within Prime Video, and within Prime Video we have channels. We have TVOD, which is all the television-owned channels, and we also have SVOD, which is anything that you get with your subscription. So I work within the SVOD team, and I work on the team that basically manages anything that's owned and operated by Amazon. I feel like a lot of you guys watching, you might have heard of The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's been very popular with Gen Z, and we manage all the carousels that you guys will see on the storefront and come up with different sort of marketing strategies to figure out how to best, drive engagement on these new shows and titles.
Yeah, no, it sounds really exciting, and especially coming in as an apprentice within Amazon,
100%.
being put straight into such a huge project and kind of being right in the mix of it all. Can you tell us maybe a really exciting moment that you've had since being here at Amazon?
So there's been a lot of exciting moments, but I think one of the big things for me is, you're trusted when you start right away. Which is a really great thing, when you're only 18 and you're able to get stuck in and be given such a big amount of responsibility. So one of the biggest, probably most exciting ones for me is that I now own one of the social synergies, which is basically a project between my team and the Prime Video socials team, which works to drive engagement and increase, visibility on all of our shows, both on the storefront, but also on the Prime Video socials.
Okay, now it sounds really exciting, and a lot of stuff you're getting involved with as soon as you start into the company. So it's really great. And I'm also joined by Grace, who's a project manager within Amazon. So do you want to tell us a little bit about maybe some of the projects you're working on?
Yeah, so I work in Amazon Music. So you may have seen on YouTube, we've got a Curved and +44 series, which is basically loads of different music videos and podcasts. So I'm behind all of those. I work in the most amazing team, the editorial team, and so we basically do everything from pre-production, filming of the videos, and then post-production to produce our music videos, and it is amazing. It's so fun. No,
that sounds great. And can you maybe share some famous people you might have worked with in the past?
So we've done we did a music video with Davido. We've got our breakthrough artist Venby. We've had Unknown T, gigs, Potter, and we've got so many more coming up, so it's really exciting.
Yeah, no, great. And I guess what advice could you give to a young creative or a young person looking to get into Amazon?
Well, for me, I thought when I was applying that it was all going to be kind of like analysing data and like being in front of a computer, but that's not the reality of it. I'm working in a very creative industry, and it's amazing. So when you think of an apprenticeship, don't feel like it's all going to be very like heavy on data. It's not always going to be like that.
Okay, so Naya, tell us, why do you want to do an apprenticeship here at Amazon?
Okay, so funny story. I actually dropped out of uni in my 3rd year. It was a 5-year degree and I was studying mechanical engineering. And I was literally sitting in my uni room and I had a few courseworks that was due literally in a month's time. I was doing well and everything, but COVID had happened. I wasn't happy. I was kind of almost depressed, which I'm sure a few other people might have related to during COVID times. It was quite hard for me, and I was actually on YouTube and I saw an advert for Amazon apprenticeships and I was like, okay, let me try it. It was project management, which was one of my favourite modules whilst I was studying mechanical engineering. I went through it. It was a very long process, and then I got through it, and then I had an email come back to me in a couple months' time saying that I made it, and I literally just packed up my stuff and I went. Literally.
No, I mean, that's absolutely like an incredible story, and I think a lot of people at home will probably be considering, do they go off to university, do they do an apprenticeship? So a lot of you at home will be thinking about, how do you even come to apply for a role here at Amazon? And we all know that the recruitment process can be quite long and daunting, especially when you're in school and you've never done these sorts of recruitment processes before. So it will be great to kind of hear your thoughts and insights, and I'll open it up to the panel here to maybe just give some hints and tips for the students at home on how they might be able to make a successful application.
Practice.
Yes,
Practice.
preparation.
If you have to bug
preparation.
your parents, your cousins, your dog, your cat, and you want to like literally practice in front of them, do it.
Yes.
I did that several times. I practiced my interview like 5 times in front of my friends at uni. They even laughed at me because they didn't think I was going to get it. So jokes on you guys because I'm here. But no, honestly, practice wherever you can.
100%. Yeah, I did like 3 days of preparation when I was in school. Yeah, put everything into that preparation because I had to do a presentation, a 20-minute presentation on something that
I got all my
love,
teachers together.
yeah.
I said, sit on a panel and pretend you're my interviewers. I said, be
100%.
harsh, don't hold back.
Yeah, but put everything into it because, you know, it's, very important that you do.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I guess a lot of young people at home will be heavily influenced by their parents and kind of school friends and teachers about what to do after school. How did your peers and friends and more importantly your parents feel about not going the conventional route into the world of work?
So mine were very supportive
Me
actually,
too, yeah.
and my college were as well, which I think was really great. But I guess just in terms of deciding like whether an apprenticeship is right for you, because I kind of spent a lot of time umming and ahhing over it. I applied to uni as well, got all 5 places. But I just feel like everyone has a gut feeling. You just kind of know if it's going to be right for you or not.
Yeah.
I've always been quite independent, quite proactive, and so I knew that, you know, basically signing myself up to sit in a classroom for the next 3 years wasn't the right fit for me.
Especially with the new like regulations regarding like paying back debt.
Yeah.
I was like, no, if I can make money and get a degree, why not? Why not try? So it's the best option, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I was stuck in a bit of a sort of limbo phase because I had left school with one plan. It was to be an RAF or Navy pilot, fast jet pilot.
Yeah.
And I got declined. It was great. So I joined Amazon as an associate on the shop floor. So I went and did exactly what I oversee now. I picked packages and staged. So when the AMZL, one of the managers for the apprenticeship team came into my site, I had to sit down with them, sort of went through everything and went home to my parents with the idea of maybe I'll go and do an apprenticeship. They were super supportive and it was a really cool route to go down. It was really cool to see how they sort of try and engage internal hire as well.
That's great.
With me, my parents were quite supportive of me actually doing an apprenticeship. However, because of my culture and where I come from, there is like a indirect pressure to go to uni and to get a degree. And I feel like a few viewers at home probably watching would also be going through the same thing. Even my secondary school, actually, it was a part of our mission statement to send kids to university, and that's all everyone aimed for, and that's all I had in my head when I left my GCSEs, was to go to uni, do my A-levels and go to uni. But you have to literally just sit at home, sit back and think to yourself, is this what I actually want to do? Am I actually happy? And if you're not, do something about it.
Yeah.
So Jono, what advice could you give to young students out there who are thinking of applying for an apprenticeship here at Amazon?
So I always go back to the same sort of thing when it's anything regarding with applying or interviewing, and it's always about confidence. You're trying to sell yourself when you come in for an interview or you apply for something, so you have to, in that aspect, sell yourself with confidence. You have to make yourself sound like the best person in the room for it, because other people who are going to be applying, the majority will be in similar situations where they've come from A-levels or they might have been working for a couple of years, so they'll be in the same spot as you. And that one thing which is going to put you above is making sure you sell yourself better.
Yeah, no, great tips. So to everyone at home, confidence in selling yourself. Jasmine, shall we come to yourself? What top tip can you give?
So I'd say one of my biggest ones is always going to be, work experience, because it practically demonstrates your skills, what projects you've worked on. But I feel like for most of you guys watching, you probably are going to be a school leaver. And I think another important thing to highlight is transferable skills. So a lot of people have things like part-time jobs. I worked as a waitress for 3 years before joining Amazon, whilst I was still in high school and college. And even just as working as a waitress, you've got customer service skills, how to deal with customers and, work in a team collaboratively and, work quickly to resolve problems, especially on a busy Saturday night shift. So, just think about the transferable skills that you already have and how they relate to Amazon and the role that you're applying for.
No, really, 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 really great advice there. And Grace, yourself?
I'd say don't be influenced by what other people are doing, because a majority are going to uni or going into work rather than an actual apprenticeship. It isn't massively spoken about in schools, from what I'm aware of, apprenticeships. So I'd say if everyone's going to uni, that may not necessarily be the best option for you. So definitely have a look at apprenticeships, because I went up to uni a few weeks ago and it made me realise I'm so glad that I made the decision that I made. So definitely have a think, consider the pros and cons of both, but it's the best decision that I made.
Yeah, that was great. And Naya?
Similar to Grace, actually, it's very much like be open-minded, have energy, be proactive as well. An apprenticeship, I find, has been, for me anyway, it's been quite broad. I've not just done what my course is. I've had opportunities to be here filming this clip for you guys, and I never thought I would have had the opportunity when I dropped out of uni 2 years ago. So my main, I guess, tip would be just be open-minded, be open.
100%.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, look, thank you all for joining me today. Hopefully everyone at home who has been watching this episode, we hope you've had a great experience and you've learned a lot all about Amazon apprenticeships here today. So thanks for joining.